I like today's intros. They're dumb. All right, here we go. We are off to the races. Thank you all for joining us. Enjoy the following program, hopefully without any internet interruption. And it all begins in 3, 2, 1.
I walk the streets, I have no fear. I always know my karate is near. I never have to fight, and I'll tell you why. No one wants to fight with a samurai.
Okay, today I'm going to be showing you the magnifying transmitter in the dark.
The morning stream. There's nothing wrong with the food.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to TMS. It's the morning stream for Tuesday, August 3rd, 2021. I'm Scott Johnson with now, let's see, 1 day older than he was yesterday, Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
That's always going to be the case, though, Scott.
It is, isn't it?
I'm always going to be.
It's always going to be true.
May I bring your attention to the scientists Linnell and Flansburg, who said, you're older than you've ever been, and now you're even older.
Yeah. Yeah. You could just keep saying that all day, and it would be true all day long.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There is so much fun to unpack from those two clips you played at the beginning. First of all, I adore 80s and 90s rap music that is used for commercials or promotion of any sort.
Yeah, you'll love this.
My name is Bill, and I'm here to say that I like to use karate in a normal way. I don't use it to fight. I don't use it to beat, but it protects my body when I'm walking down the street.
Yeah, hip it. Like it's a very specific era where a bunch of white dudes decided it'd be great to make some rap music for their commercials, their PSAs, their public whatevers, and it's terrible across the board. None of it's good.
I can't hear it or see it without thinking of Sam Malone when he was doing that for his sports roundup show.
Oh my gosh, I don't remember this. That happened?
What?
Hold on. We're going to find it.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to find it. Cheers, Sam.
Cheers,
rap.
Sam,
I
TV sportscaster.
I found it. You ready for this? I found it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to play it. Someone put this up 11 years ago.
For the Ion Sports commentary. You know, the world is full of negative people. Okay, so the Sox aren't having such a great season. But that's no reason to boo and say bad things about them. You know, I don't know where I heard it. I thought you were supposed to root.
Same episode, but
this isn't it.
Same episode, but at a different time during Ion Sports, he brings out a beatbox and starts rapping.
Well, it says Woody's reaction to the rap is what makes the entire scene.
Oh, okay.
Let's
all right.
see.
So maybe it's a montage. That's right. They show a few of his bad.
And let me skip ahead here. Let's see.
Yes.
That's just one guy's opinion. Joanne?
Gee, Sam, I heard somewhere that...
Okay, we'll skip ahead.
Oh.
Skip ahead.
One guy's opinions. Squares like me shouldn't be doing the sports.
Okay.
Time to rap about
Okay, here we go. Okay, pulls up a radio.
Time to rap about a controversy. Gonna take a stand, won't show no mercy. A lot of folks say jocks shouldn't be doing the sports news on TV. I don't wanna hear the latest scores from a punchbowl broadcasting school board. So get your scores from a guy like me who knows what it's like to have a groin injury.
It's so bad.
And I'm not seeing it, of course, because it's only the Twitch viewers are seeing it. But I do remember Woody's reaction, and he's like getting into it, and it's great.
It's pretty great. I didn't show it to them because I know that I'll get dinged for this one if I show it.
Of course. By the way, love it when people record television audio with their phones. That's awesome.
Actually, no, that was
actually.
So they're showing his entire thing he's on a TV in the bar.
Well, that's right. Yes. No, that explains the audio quality. That's right.
Yeah, and the rest of them are all in here just hanging out. Like, so they're just in the bar watching him, and he's on a little tinny speaker in there. So
right.
Yeah. Oh
that's
man, good times. Those old times.
The cheap Cheers bar TVs.
Yeah. Those are the ones. Now that brings me. This is a great transition.
Yeah.
Because look. You guys, this isn't the same as sitting down and watching something I'm focusing on, all right? So hold your freaking Parasite comments to yourselves. Hold your Loki comments to yourselves for a minute. All right? in the background, while I'm getting shit done, I have been playing The Golden Girls because I'm a fan. I like that show. All right? It's funny.
Sure.
It's well made. It's a great relic of the 80s, and there's nothing wrong with it. Whatever. Make fun of me all you want. I like The Golden Girls a lot. And I find it as funny as Cheers ever was, for example. I think it's that funny. It's great. It's great. It's full of great humor. It's really well made.
I'll hold my words. I'll hold my tongue on that one, Johnson.
I like this show a lot. Well, anyway, it's on in the background lately, and I've been thinking a lot about it because at the time the show was on, it was like, oh, here are a bunch of retired ladies, right? So you got the old lady who's the mom to B. Arthur there, and B. Arthur's old, and then you got, what's her name? I can't think of her name. Rose.
They have all four of them on the top of the thing you put in there. So
did I put it in there? Oh, well, their names, yeah, but I mean the actors. I can't think of her name.
Oh, the actresses. Oh, so B. Arthur, Betty White.
Betty White's what I meant to say.
Rue McClanahan and
Estelle Getty is the other one.
Estelle Getty. There we go.
There you go. Mom Spaghetti. Anyway, so these guys, these ladies were, doing their thing. And when the show started, here were their ages, okay? And this is the actual age of.
I want you to get to this, but I want to make note of this somehow. Somebody needs to take the 8 Mile scene where Eminem is doing his rap battle for "Lose Yourself" and replace Mom Spaghetti with Estelle Getty and cut to a picture of Estelle Getty and put that on YouTube.
Yeah,
it'll go viral, like 5 seconds, like. He's throwing up on his shirt already. Estelle Getty. And it cuts to a picture of Estelle Getty.
Yeah.
And
yeah, exactly. That's a great idea.
Right, I would watch. Somebody's going to get 1 million views because of that idea.
I would thumb up your video. I would do it.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
so
please continue.
When these guys started the show, these ladies, they were all of a certain age. And I'm not going to talk about what the age of their characters were because that was different than what their actual ages were. For example, Estelle Getty was younger than B. Arthur, but she played B. Arthur's mother because of her specific look, and they also did some makeup on her to make her look older, but she was actually younger by a year than B. Arthur.
So we're looking at character ages, not actress.
No, we're the other way around. We're talking.
We're looking at actress ages.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So these are the actors' ages at the time when they started the show. So Rose, played by, frickin' Betty White.
You're watching this show, not me.
Sorry. Betty White plays Rose. She was 63 years old when she started doing the show. Okay? Yeah. 63. She looks amazing for 63, by the way. That's fine and great. Dorothy, also 63, working on 64 when B. Arthur played Dorothy. Blanche, Rue McClanahan, 51 years old when she did this role.
Okay, wow.
A year younger than me and Brian. All right? Sophia, old lady Sophia, 64 or 62 rather, so younger than Dorothy, but 62. So got 63, 63, 51, and 62. Now, I found this list because a fan sent it, and I forgot to write their name down, so I didn't have it handy. Here are the women that could be up to play this show if it started today. This will just give you, I don't know, perspective on ages and how quickly time goes. Right. If you were to make Rose, the Rose character today, or Dorothy, because they're both 63, the actresses that could play them could be chosen from this list. Angela Bassett, Sharon Stone, Michelle Pfeiffer, Jennifer Tilly, Jamie Lee Curtis, Fiona Shaw, Holly Hunter, Andie MacDowell, Annette Bening, Megan Mullally, Patrick Heaton, Patricia Heaton is what I meant. There's no Patrick. It's Patricia.
There's no Patrick Heaton.
Yeah. So that's weird, right? Listen to those names.
That is weird. I know. I would love to see a Golden Girls starring Jennifer Tilly and Annette Bening. Right there. That coupling right there.
That's a great idea.
Hey, Dorothy, you left the microwave oven on again.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. That's my Jennifer Tilly. I've never tried breaking that one out.
Wow.
Never tried working on that one.
Yeah. Well, good. That's some workshopping on that one.
Yeah, I'll work on that one. Sure.
Blanche, who was 51, which is they don't play. Times are different now. A 51-year-old now is not the same as they were back then. I guess I don't know. But today, if that was had open casting, you'd have Rachel Weisz, Charisma Carpenter,
Rachel Weisz. Come on.
Sorry, what did I say? Weisz.
Yeah, Rachel Weisz.
Rachel Weisz.
James Bond's wife.
Yeah, James Bond's wife. Charisma Carpenter, Jennifer Connelly. Let that sink in.
Wow.
Heather Graham, Uma Thurman, Melissa McCarthy, Julie Bowen, Sarah Silverman, Aisha Tyler. We just talked about her yesterday.
We did. I have a little crush on Aisha Tyler.
So
okay, any of these, I would. All of these make me want to watch Golden Girls, and I wouldn't have before.
But just the
I don't
idea
I don't feel like I was the target market for Golden Girls when it came out.
You weren't, but let me tell you something. This is what surprises me about you.
I still don't.
You were the target market back then for Knight Rider, Magnum PI,
Yeah, well,
Battlestar Galactica, all the cool shows.
I see where you're going. I see where you're going with this, and you're 100% right.
And while all that was true, Brian was busy watching Love Boat and Fantasy Island.
Love Boat and Fantasy Island, which is coming back.
Yeah, baby, that's right. So I think you would have actually. I think it actually. Yeah. I don't know how much of the Golden Girls you've watched, but it's actually funny. Like the writing is really brilliant. It won a bunch of Emmys
all
for a reason.
Aren't all the here's what I imagine all the jokes are like. Jokes about, I tried to pick something up off the ground, but my boobs kept pushing it out of the way because they're so long.
No, there's none of those.
I can't get a man because I'm old, and
it's rarely. That's funny
the
because
the men that are my age now can't hear me so well.
I mean, you're not wrong that you're not wrong that the show it's about ladies in their older years and they're kind of retired together, and some have left their husbands and others have had their husbands die, and so there's some of that underpinning, but most of it is them interacting with each other in funny ways. Like most of it is like it's kind of a roommate show. Like everyone's just kind of weird and different from each other, so there's lots of comedy there. It's really good. I'm telling you, the show holds up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I would say we're going to get emails from some of our older listeners, but let's face it, they can't work email either. So I think we're going to be just fine.
All right, so listen to this last list. So Sophia is your your mother, your matriarch, your cranky old Dorothy mother. Estelle Getty. She could have been played by, if cast today, Emma Thompson, Catherine Keener, Allison Janney, Rebecca De Mornay, or Marcia Gay Harden. None of these people seem like old ladies to me.
Yeah.
Like this is this was quite the revelatory thing.
Because when you think of Rebecca De Mornay, you're not thinking of current day Rebecca De Mornay. You're thinking of Risky Business or Hand That Rocks the Cradle Rebecca De Mornay, right?
Yeah, but if you look at Rebecca De Mornay now, I still don't think she looks like a 63-year-old woman. Okay.
No, well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But all right, Emma Thompson, better example because we see her constantly, or we've seen her constantly and recently in some of the Harry Potter films where she's even, getting makeup to make her look older. There was some Netflix thing, or there was some show that she was on as well.
Yes, something recent. I can't remember. Well,
I like the people are complaining or saying that there's Emma Thompson. She looks great too.
She looks amazing. She can't be Estelle Getty. It can't happen. Like it's just not. I don't know. This is more of a me thing. Where I get weird about age sometimes and time and everything. But to me, it just all crept up on me. This idea that you and I are older than the actor or character of Blanche Dubois is a painful realization. It's a weird thing.
It is. But then when you say, you're a year older than Julie Bowen or Jennifer Connelly or Aisha Tyler, I'm like, oh, that makes them appropriate dating age. That's what I hear.
I don't know. I think we just look
in
better.
In another life, they'd be on my list of 10.
I think we look better longer or something. I don't know.
I think we just see ourselves aging very slowly. But I think if we were in our 20s and somebody showed us pictures of what you and I look like right now, we'd go, "Oh my God, those dudes look so old."
Yeah, that's a fair point.
That's the way it would be.
That's a fair point. I got a picture of me when I'm 19. Whenever I put that up, I don't even feel like it's the same human being.
Right.
Like a totally different person. Well, anyway,
It's funny because people said, well, the Golden Girls is like Friends, but with older ladies. And I'd argue, well, yeah, that's kind of what I was describing was kind of what Friends is, right? It's like, oh, I'm dating this guy, but he, or I'm dating this woman, but she takes food off my plate. I don't share food. Or, it's kind of like, I don't know. That's what I'm picturing with Golden Girls, except it's all old jokes.
You're not. I mean, I don't blame you for thinking that's that would be your impression that it's just going to be a bunch of old people jokes.
So I should give it a chance.
I think you should give it a chance.
Should watch an episode. Okay.
It's on Hulu. It's super great. It's funny. It's sweet. It's great. I love it. I think it's one of the great all-time sitcoms of the '80s, without question. That's the other thing is it's not. One thing I do like about it. It's filmed, not videotaped. And you know how a lot of 80s comedies were video and it was the ugly, horrible, like bad-looking video?
Right.
This was not that. This is more like Cheers. Cheers was not video. Cheers was film. And you can just tell the difference. It's not just a frame rate thing. There's just a quality thing. It's like new Doctor Who versus what's his name in the sweater or the scarf guy, Tom Baker.
So Capaldi, you're talking about Baker, Tom Baker.
Yeah, Tom Baker. Tom Baker's era looked like terrible footage because
it looked like they were filming it with Sony Handycams.
Yes, and the worst early kinds of Handycams, like
right. Yes, exactly.
So there was a lot of that going on.
Are
in the
there
80s.
any jokes that they make about unidentifiable hard candy on their coffee tables?
No.
Okay,
no, they don't do that. In fact, most of it's about them. Yes, they grapple with issues.
Why do people keep passing me on the road?
Most of it is about interacting with your roommates. One of them's slutty and old.
Yeah.
One of them's just trying to. And Betty White's really ditzy, super airheaded.
Okay.
So she's like the Phoebe of the group. And she tells a lot of stories about where she grew up, and she's totally oblivious to jokes and things like that. So it's it's not what it's not what it appears to be. Even though it's literally called Golden Girls, golden age of your golden years. Like, I get why you would say this. I totally get it.
All right, here's the deal. I feel like shows don't really hit their stride to tell you what they are because of the first couple episodes usually set up. Like Friends really didn't really give you an idea of what the show's going to be about until like the fourth or fifth episode when it's like, all right, everybody's settled in. Rachel's moved in with Monica, and they're kind of in their groove. So I will give 5 episodes of the Golden Girls.
All right,
I'll watch the first 5 episodes.
Give it
season
a shot.
1.
Yeah, and if you like it, then maybe what you do is you go, all right, now I want to jump to where it was in its prime, like season 3, and then really, really go to town.
Right. Dice Tomato says, Coverville, Jeannie nailed it. It's Sex in the City, but old. Oh, okay.
Kinda.
So Kim Cattrall,
basically. Yeah.
So Kim Cattrall.
Oh yeah, Kim Cattrall. She's old enough to be she's older than any of these ages, so she
Kim
can't be.
Kim Cattrall is Sex in the City, but old.
Yeah, but old. Yeah. That's a good point. All right.
Oh yes, I like this. Kazumi says before Scott watches Parasite. So if I watch it, so is this a race? Like, can I get through 5 episodes of Golden Girls before Scott gets through Parasite?
I think that's about the length of Parasite, isn't it? Probably.
It probably is.
Yeah.
I can absolutely relate, by the way, to the Parasite thing because we were picking out what we were going to watch last night. We decided we're going to binge another series, but I've got a movie. I've actually got a movie and a series that I'm going to be doing for recommendals tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
But when we were looking for that movie, I saw Mud has been re-added back to streaming, the Matthew McConaughey film, which has been on my list forever. It's like, oh yeah, you've recommended it. A couple other people have said, oh yeah, you got to see Mud. And I look past it and say, oh yeah, that'll still be there. I will come back to that one.
so you know what it's like a little bit.
I know exactly what it's like. It's like, it's
loved
Mud is my Parasite.
Mud is my Parasite. Mud is awesome. It's my favorite McConaughey film. I loved it.
Yeah, a lot of people.
That kid that's in it, I forget his name. He was in the VR Ready Player One deal. He was the main kid.
Oh yeah, the main kid.
Yeah, he's a lot younger in Mud, but he's incredible in it. He's such a good little actor, and it's also got
talking Ty Sheridan is who you're talking about.
Is that his name?
Ty Sheridan.
And then there's,
there's, also Cyclops in the new X-Men stuff.
also Cyclops in the new X-Men stuff. And then there's also Ty Sheridan. 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 And then there's also Ty Oh, right. I forgot he did that because I kind of avoided those movies.
You saw the first one and really liked it. I remember us talking about, how the younger Xavier and Magneto, Fassbender.
You mean like First Class? I loved First Class.
First Class, yeah.
Yeah, loved
and
that.
I guess they didn't have Cyclops in First Class, did they?
No.
It was like the second or third sequel to First Class. Yeah, good point. But yes, avoid Dark Phoenix, Apocalypse.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
But listen to this cast for Mud: Sam Shepard, Michael Shannon, Joe Don Baker. We love him.
Mm-hmm.
Other
Sarah
people.
Paulson.
Yeah, it's a hell of a thing. Mud's great.
Reese Witherspoon.
Is she in this? No.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she is. She's Juniper.
She's
I forgot.
listed as yeah.
Totally forgot she was in that. Well, maybe I need to watch Mud. All right.
I hear it's
amazing.
all right.
All right. Well, we've done all the Golden Girls we can stand. So now we're going to move on and do this.
And dance by the light of the moon.
It's time for the news, and it's brought to you by...
Do you like art? Do you like nerdy things? Do you like when art and nerdy things are combined in an unholy union? Good news then. Go to mydrawings.com today and enjoy a bunch of nerdy art. That's mydrawings.com.
Brian, let's dive into this.
Nice URL, by the way. Holy cow, how long have you had that one?
Oh, years and years. I used to have this...
That's a great URL.
It is
Holy
pretty
cow.
good. It's pretty good. I've had it for, I don't know, probably since 2002 or 3. I've had it for a long time.
Huh, okay.
However, for a while there, and I really should redo this. If there's like a genius HTML5 programmer out there, reach out to me, because me and this guy named Dennis, who I don't work with anymore in any capacity, but he and I used to work at the same company for a while. It's all before I left and did this full time. We had a little side project going on, and it was called mydrawings.com. I used this for it. And what it was, I don't know if you'll remember this or not. I can't remember if I ever shared this with you, but it was basically an unending, forever going procedural grid of virtual drawing space online. And the idea was you would come in, and it was broken into a grid of squares, but they were infinite. You could zoom into them, zoom out from them. But there were, imagine a website where it's just a giant, I don't know, what do you call that? Graph paper. Okay, imagine that.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And you could zoom in, and you could take on one square at a time and draw in there whatever you wanted using a mouse or a Wacom or whatever you had to use with your computer. But you would do this via browser. And back then it was in Java or maybe, I don't know, some other language. Mm-hmm. And while rudimentary in some ways, it was actually pretty cool. We had colors, and we even had layers and other stuff we could do. And people would create these really cool bits of art in these squares, and then others would come along, and in an adjacent square, they would add on to what the previous person would draw.
Gotcha. So when you drew something, you'd put most of your stuff in the center of the square, but you'd make sure to have something that comes off of the side or top or all four sides or whatever.
Yeah.
So that,
or even if you didn't, it was okay, because somebody else would come up with a way to make it creative, or they just do something totally different. It didn't matter. But the end result was gigantic virtual mural that just went on in perpetuity in every direction. And it was so much fun to look at. People's work was incredible, the stuff people did. And this is a very limited thing I did, and it wasn't like we gave it to that many people, but still we had, I don't know, 20 or 30,000 squares full of stuff, and it was just all branched off. It was really cool. So like a collaborative mural is a good way to put it. Now, you couldn't deface somebody's squares. They owned whatever square they... if it's a blank square, you'd claim it, and it was yours. And nobody could draw anything in that square. And if somebody drew a penis, we had mod tools where you just say, all right, get out of here with your penis, And then that square would be freed up for somebody else. It was a really cool idea, and had I had the time and the wherewithal and the money and everything else, I would have really pursued it, because I think it could have been a really incredible social thing.
It's a very cool, very clever
and we're talking like
project.
07, 08, maybe 09. Wow. That was the era. So, yeah, you could NFT squares now. That's what you could do. Weird. Mm-hmm. Didn't even think of that.
It's a new game show, by the way. Welcome to NFT Squares.
So anyway, the point is, if anyone out there is like, now we're in a new era where HTML5 could have done so much better with this. but I've just never had the time to do it. I will gladly take my mydrawings.com URL and refocus it onto a new version of this and make the most amazing thing ever. I would do this in a heartbeat.
So cool. That's so cool.
Heartbeat.
Yeah.
Mydrawings.com. But for now, it's a bunch of artwork, so you can go look at it. Okay. Brian, a man in Florida in the news. We got a man in Florida. He went to a bar and he showed off his gun like you're prone to do there. You pulled out his gun and looked at it, and then
check this out.
Yeah, look at this gun I done brought, and then he shot himself.
I'm sure that's exactly his voice.
Yep, that's exactly it. He shot himself with his gun. It was an accident. He didn't mean to. Man apparently shot himself by accident while showing Florida bar customers his gun on Thursday. The man can be seen on surveillance video showing off the gun to customers at O'Reilly's Uptown Tavern. O'Reilly's Uptown Tavern! Hey,
not to be confused with the O'Reilly's Downtown Tavern. That's a rough place right down there.
That's right. Maybe you keep your gun in your car, you dipshit. In Pensacola, that's down there in Florida there. Before making a quick motion as if putting it into a pretend holster below his shoulder. When he did this...
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So he's like, hey, check out my gun. Watch this.
He did. He shot himself. The gun discharged. The bullet hit the man's torso, according to the Pensacola News-Journal. Well, the torso is a pretty general way of saying... Like, it had to be more specific than your freaking torso.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. I don't know if he was pretending to be a
gun
badass.
Don't come with a safety, apparently.
I must have turned that off before I done come in here. Sorry. Not everyone in Florida talks like that, I know.
No, I'm sure. This is true, yes. Everybody in Pensacola talks like that, but not everybody in Florida.
No. This is what the bar manager says. I don't know if he was pretending to be a badass or something, but...
I don't know if he was pretending to be a badass or something.
I couldn't tell. I mean, if you think about it, the bullet going off in yourself is pretty badass in the end. It's pretty badass.
It was a badass little pistol he had there.
Ah, we were all impressed by him until he shot himself.
There was no safety button.
I don't know who to apologize, Florida or Ireland, one of the two. The man immediately left the bar and checked himself to a hospital, so he did all that on his own. Police contacted him and were determining whether there were any files to charge him with. Is the video available? Let's see.
Oh, that'd be great.
I want to see him do it. He's okay, so it's not like it's not too dark. Oh, they don't have one, dang it.
Well, I guess I'm going to go drive myself to the hospital. I'll see y'all later.
I don't know why you would show... I guess if you're there and you got friends...
Could you put a napkin on my drink so nobody puts anything in there?
Yeah, please. I paid for that. Don't have that going... Oh, don't worry. We keep track of all the drinks that get left here. Don't worry about it. Get yourself to the hospital, James. Taco Bell in the news today.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a bad food. It's not the food's bad. It's that they can't get enough. They've been hit with a nationwide shortage of ingredients. So all 7 of them.
Oh, no, all 7 of them.
Yeah. They're having a hard time.
This is going to be scary. Which ingredients do they not have? Because that kind of takes away from half of their menu.
It's a lot.
You take out tomatoes.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Well, here's what they're going to do.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so the quick service restaurant chains warning customers that might not be able to fulfill their current appetite hankerings in an apology offered in an orange banner atop its website. Taco Bell declared, sorry if we can't feed your current crave due to national ingredient shortages and delivery delays. We may be out of some items. Those who frequent Taco Bell turn to social media to share in their culinary disappointment. I hate when people do that.
Can't really use culinary and Taco Bell in the same sentence.
Yeah, I don't think that works, right? Taco Bell employee told me, this is somebody's quote, told me there's a national shortage of everything right now, and I've decided to get my economic news exclusively from drive-thru employees from now on, says one patron of the Mexican food themed eatery.
Mexican food themed eatery.
Think of that, but they're not saying Mexican themed eatery.
Right.
Mexican
they're also not
themed.
saying Mexican food eatery.
They're not.
It's themed around Mexican food.
Yeah.
You can't really call this Mexican food.
That's funny. I love how that's written.
Taco Bell told me that there was a shortage.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard anything since, but as far as I know, our local Taco Bells, you just get what you need.
Yeah, so we have a lack of beef, chicken, hot sauce, and 10-inch tortillas is what the shortage is.
Right,
So,
the tortilla shortage is a bigger deal than even that. I guess
I mean, tortillas are
I know you'd think,
what,
right?
Flour and water and
Let's see. Taco night
salt?
too expensive.
What is
here it is. Tortillas sold out in the U.S. supermarkets at the height of the what? Of the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay.
lard? That's the third ingredient, Pops and Recline. So it's water, flour, and lard.
Yeah. It's like the Three Stooges a little bit.
I like this person named Jenna. For anyone craving Taco Bell tonight, I'll save you the drive. They don't have chicken or beef, national shortage or something. I just ate black beans in a hard shell. Was not worth it.
Well, maybe keep going up the road and get their burger.
Yeah.
Their burger.
Exactly.
Do that.
Black beans in a hard shell.
So this looks like they're playing catch up in the supply chain because they sold so many during the pandemic that they just can't keep up now with demand. So that's what that is. Same as the chip shortage. Same thing, right? Not chip, not tortilla chip, but
right, with the computer
CPU
chip shortage. Yes.
Yeah, make that clear.
The Taco Bell by my house still doesn't have its dining room open. It's drive-through only still.
Same here, and they were talking about opening it, and now they're talking about not because it's looking like they might have to turn right around and shut it again anyway because everyone sucks, and we could have been there already, but instead we're heading into a new phase of masks, mandates, and bullshit because a bunch of you suck. All right.
But none of our listeners.
No, they're great. They're great.
None of our.
I'm sure it's zero of them. I'm sure not even one of them is checking of this vaccine.
Well, we know that one person in our tadpool can't get the vaccine because they had a bad reaction to it, but everybody else.
Yeah, and there may be some other medical stuff, and to those people, I'm even madder at everyone else who isn't them, who are doing it for dumb, selfish reasons.
Right.
Because they need to be protected as well. Anyway, the bottom line is, get vaxxed. All right.
Yeah, just get vaxxed if you can.
If you can, yeah. That's the way to put it. All right, let's move on here. Oh, this is great.
Oh, yes.
The Teenager on an Airplane. Hot new film coming out this year. No. A teen airdrops an image of an airsoft gun to passengers on a United flight, and they ended up evacuating the plane. This is crazy.
Yeah.
In what appears to be an ill-conceived prank, a teenager on a United airline. I'm kind of glad it was United because I hate them. I really hate them. Nothing but bad experiences every time.
Not as bad as Frontier. This just should have happened on a Frontier flight.
Who owns Frontier now? Is that or are they still on their own? They might be on their own.
I thought they were still on their own, yeah.
Yeah, they might be. For some reason I thought Delta bought them, but I'm thinking of something else. Oh, something blue.
JetBlue?
JetBlue is now a Delta subsidiary or something.
Oh, wouldn't surprise me.
I think that's right. I could be wrong. Anyway, so this kid was on this United flight out of San Francisco, used Apple's AirDrop function to send inappropriate pictures to fellow passengers, causing personnel to evacuate the plane. They weren't nudes. They were guns. And that's a fun... Well, I've done this before where I'll be in a crowd and I'll have drawn something, or I don't know what it would be. Never anything offensive, but I'll just put it out on the AirDrop and if somebody's got their AirDrop open, you can send it to them.
Totally, yeah. And they're like, oh, what's this? Accept photo? Okay, sure.
Yeah. It's like, but you have to have it on, so it's your fault if it's on, is what I'm saying.
You have to have it on, and you have to have it open to outside of your contact list.
Right.
I turned mine on briefly for outside of contact list to get something from JJ when he was here, because apparently I didn't have him in my contacts. But now, that's why I get my mask text, because he's now in my contacts.
I was hoping that was coming.
Yeah.
I was hoping.
So I've turned it back off, so there's nobody's doing that to me. Although when I'm in Disneyland, it kind of would be fun to draw.
Yeah.
Draw pictures of Grumpy or Dopey or something and airdrop it to people, or
that would be fun as heck. Here.
Stitch flipping them off.
This will be fun.
Why didn't I get your mass text? I'm in your contacts.
Oh man.
You can find that instantly, but when somebody wants Miyagi happy birthday, it's like it's a 12 button rigmarole.
Yeah, it's pulling teeth. When
I didn't get your mass text. I'm in your contact.
That's me there. How about this jury one?
Why not get your mass text?
No.
You're in my context.
You know what I love about that is Brian's trying to ask something while he's doing it.
I'm trying to interrupt, and he's,
Yeah, he ain't having
what's
it.
funny is I hung out with Tay Allen. So basically, Tay Allen and I were hanging out at the Jerry and Ashley wedding at Dragon Con.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not in her contacts, but
Oh,
so I only get her
how do you
mass
know,
text.
though? Is it because you didn't get her mass text? Is that why?
That's right. That's why I didn't get her mass text. But she is as I will back up what Greg TVZ Gon says in the chat room. She is super nice.
Yeah, she seems awesome. Has she had another big hit since the mass text?
Yeah, well, she had that cleaning up my apartment, swish, swish, brush, brush.
Oh, shit.
Vacuum something or something like that. It was like I think you've got, that's another clip I think you've got.
Oh, I probably do. Was it brush?
Brush.
Oh, yeah,
Look
here
for
it is.
brush.
I can clean my room if I try. Sweep, sweep, brush, sweep, sweep, brush. I don't think so.
Oh, I hate it so much. I like her, but I don't like that. She's fine, but rough.
Sweep,
All
sweep,
right.
brush, sweep, sweep, brush.
So here's how it went. As recounted by Christopher L. Beal, who claims his mother was on board the flight Thursday, an unarmed team of teens sent images of an airsoft gun to nearby iPhones via airdrop. This was according to NBC. Bound for Orlando, the flight was preparing to leave the gate when passengers reported the incident, and the airport spokesman, Doug Yackel, according to him, everyone aboard was forced to disembark and go through a second screening process out of an abundance of caution, says Yackel. You can watch. Oh, okay, moving on. The teen also made threats, according to Beal's account, as relayed by Gizmodo. Well, see, there's your problem there, kid.
Yeah, that seems like that's the. So, all right. So he's sending pictures of an airsoft gun.
Yeah.
Or it just was it a gun or an airsoft gun?
Airsoft gun, not real gun.
So airdrop to send airsoft.
Yeah, airsoft, airdrop, AirPods, all of it.
It's all air.
Yeah. And he didn't.
But he also made threats. Well, I think that might be the story there, people.
Yeah, I think it is the story.
We have no details on the threats. Like, was he sending? I'm coming for you, 18D.
Yeah, you look out. You about tripped me on my way in here. I'm coming to get you with my airsoft gun. And airsoft guns,
reclining your chair back.
Airsoft guns look like real ones. Like, they don't look fake. Sometimes they have the orange tip, but let's see. Do they still do that? I assume they do. Airsoft gun.
Oh, they absolutely. Yeah, I think that
that's
they didn't
required.
have to before. I think they have to now.
Yeah, there they are. So these look like legit firearms. They just have to replace that, or you have to have that tip to legally have them out.
Right. What was the movie where a cop was moved to desk duty because he shot? Oh, it was it Al in Die Hard that he shot a kid who was holding up a gun, but it turned out to be a
it was a toy,
an airsoft gun.
Yeah, or some kind of
tip.
fake gun or toy gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Al got busted down to
That's
desk
why
duty.
he was on Twinkie duty.
Twinkie duty at the local Twinkie Mart before he got that call. Yeah. And drove his car backwards into the
And
worst
then he
place
said,
possible.
"I'm getting too old for this shit." And
Yeah.
then he,
And then he did TGI
And he did an
Fridays.
impersonation of the Three Stooges and talked about Popeye.
And then became Urkel's dad. Full circle.
All right. All that is accurate.
Yep.
Nailed it.
From Twinkies to Urkel. Twerkle. All right.
Twerkle. Whoa.
I know. Right? Full circle, full twerkle is what we're doing here.
I'm seeing another viral YouTube video, Scott. It's coming to me.
Is it?
It's coming to me.
Oh my gosh. Write it down.
It's Twerkle holding a Twinkie.
Only we
And
would
it's
enjoy
called
it.
Twerkle.
I'm afraid only we would enjoy it, you know? I feel like we think that would be viral, but it would be viral with just me and you and like three people in this chat room.
exactly. Yeah. I'll bet you Michael Jaleel White. No, Jaleel White? Michael Jaleel White?
Yeah,
Is that right?
I think that's right.
I bet we could, for like $20 on Cameo, I bet we can get him to hold a Twinkie and twerk and do the Twerkle.
Oh, there it is. Michael J. White. No,
Michael
that's
J. White.
The
No?
different guy?
No, Michael J. White was
Spawn.
Fighter Spawn, yes.
So why are all the images on... Oh, yeah, he's Spawn. You're right.
Yeah.
He was also in Black Dynamite.
Oh, just Jaleel White? No, Michael? Yeah. Okay.
Well, anyway, he's a pot maven now. That guy.
Jaleel Ahmad White.
That's his name.
Yeah.
He does the pot thing now. He's all super into it. He's got his own brand. and stuff.
Right. He's got the Urkel pot.
Yeah.
Oh, then he'll definitely do this, and he'll already have the Twinkies.
Yeah.
Like he won't have to run out to the store.
That's right. Real quick, just some love for Michael J. White. I'd forgotten he was in The Dark Knight. He played Gamboy. He was one of the top.
He played Game Boy during the film.
He played the Game Boy. Yeah. No, he was one of the mobster guys in the meeting with the Joker, but not the one that got the pencil in the eye.
The pencil in the eye. Oof.
No, great big scary looking dude. He's cool. Michael J. White is cool. Should be in more things. I think he's in a lot of things. I just haven't seen him. Oh, he's in Arrow, I guess.
We haven't watched Spawn for. Oh, we did watch Spawn for Film Sack. Yeah.
Did we?
I think so.
Oh yeah, we did, and I know we did because that was the week on Film Sack where I started making my own GIFs. It was the Spawn episode.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Episode 343. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Boy, I sent you guys a list, but there was another list that I found of stuff that came to Amazon Prime this month. That's like, oh man, great list of potential Film Sacker.
Yeah,
movies.
look at this stuff. Let's see, where is it? Oh, these were Peacock listings.
Yeah, the Peacock listings are okay, but
yeah, they're not bad. I don't sub to that, but I would for us. Oh, I see. I know. Yeah, I got to the part of the conversation where apparently Randy hates anything that's good. He doesn't like Servant. He doesn't like For All Mankind, Ted Lasso, Mythic Quest. He doesn't like any of that
right,
stuff.
exactly.
That Tom Hanks movie you mentioned is awesome.
Yes, it is. And I can't remember the name of it. The one on Apple TV.
Dunkerfurter. It's the one where the Germans are going, you guys are stupid. We're going to get you.
Exactly, yes.
It was great. I loved it.
He's like, apparently the only. I love Randy, by the way. He called to wish me happy birthday. We were in the middle of dinner, or else I would have answered.
Nice.
But, Brian, did I ever tell you? But it's like I'm just now realizing that the only thing I've got Apple TV for is just one TV show. Yeah. So why keep it?
Yeah.
Meaning, I'm assuming he means Ted Lasso.
Yeah, I would assume.
But I mean,
so.
come on.
Yeah.
For All Mankind is brilliant.
Yeah.
Even the morning show is good. It's I'd say it's good despite it's good not just because of its two leads, but
it's
also
good.
because
It's just
of
a good show. It's fine.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. I still haven't seen Mythic Quest, but not because I don't want to. Just one of those things I have to get to. And in theory, I want to see C, because even if it's not great,
really?
I love the concept, so I'd probably be into it. You know, it's like Waterworld. I know it's not good, but I'll still watch it.
Yeah.
I kind of like the setting, the idea that everybody's blind until someone isn't, and then the whole world
Home
changes.
Before Dark is good. I'd say it's not just a kids show. I'd say it's really good. Mythic Quest, I think, is good. It's better than, if you look at it as the surface of, well, it's like a play on Blizzard. No, look at it as it's an office comedy that just happens to take place in a video game studio.
What if season 3 was a giant sex scandal?
You know what? They Rob McElhenney's character doesn't do that, but could easily be turned into that. Ian, I guess it is.
Yeah. Oh, Ian Hazzikostas? Is that what you're talking about? He's not in trouble.
Well,
He's fine.
No, I'm saying that Rob McElhenney's character is named Ian.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ian.
Oh, it is pronounced Ian. Okay, I was remembering that, right?
All right, yeah. Same with the dude at Blizzard who runs the Warcraft team. His name's Ian.
Yeah.
ION. Well, did you hear Jab resigned today? Did you hear about that? Jay Allen.
Yeah, I did. I heard that actually pre-show or pre-pulling me into the show.
Do you think he's ever seen the underside of a bus before, or is this his first time, do you think? I mean, I think he's got all kinds of issues, and he's kind of never was a great leader in general, but he's a little bit of a sacrificial lamb on this, and they better do more than just that, because he's not,
for sure,
he's not where it starts or ends. You got to keep going.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to this final story here.
Okay.
Pizza delivery guy takes one slice out of the box after the customer refuses to tip him. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so
yeah.
Don't you tip after you hand them the box and they pay you?
Well, that's what I'd think, but here's how this goes. Tipping is a practice which has been, I don't know why this article has to tell me about how tipping works, but anyway.
Tipsplaining.
Yeah, tipsplaining. I don't need any tipsplaining. Just give me the tip. Let's see. However, this amount does not go down well with customers who are eating out on a budget. They believe the tip should be optional, blah, blah, blah. Pizza delivery guy was refused a monetary tip, so instead asked to take a slice of the pizza he delivered. Okay, so it's a video clip.
Gotcha. So in other words,
yeah.
Well, I can't afford it, or don't want to tip you. All right, can I have a slice of the pizza then?
Yeah, and he takes one. Like, he literally takes one. So there's video of this. Let me see if I can pull it up. Put it on the chat thing here.
Oh, this is totally different.
Okay, there it is. There's a guy at the door.
Yeah.
Puts the pizza down, rings the bell. I don't know why this. Okay, so he's kidding me like there's no tip. He just takes it and leaves.
Right, because there's a sign on the door or next to the doorbell that says "No money for tip. Please take a slice of pizza instead."
Oh.
So it's not even that the pizza delivery guy did it. The headline is so misleading, and I know that this is what the media does. I know.
It's also a murderous soundtrack. Why is that even on
It
there?
is exactly like
it's horrible.
Ghostface is going to come out of the shadows and stab him. But no, I think it's funnier if you say it as in lieu of tip, customer tells pizza boy to help himself to a slice.
Yeah.
I think that's a great headline too.
Yeah, and the better headline is pizza boy does just that and doesn't pee on the pizza like I might have. You know what I mean? It could have gotten worse.
Exactly.
Holy shit. All right. Well, that was weird. Wow. We're going to now take our leave from today's hot headlines and move on to a break. We're going to play a song. And when we return, Justin Robert Young will be here for what appears to finally actually be Infrastructure Week. And he's going to explain it to all us dummies, what that means. Because for years, it's been the big joke, right? Like every week of the last administration's weeks, they would say, hey, great Infrastructure Week this week or whatever. And nothing ever really came of that. But now I guess this is happening, and I don't know what it means. So we're going to find out after this break. But before all that, Brian Ibbett brought this bag, and in that bag is a song, and in that song is information he'll now relay to you about that song.
Let's get to some instrumental industrial music here. This is a new project called Electronaut, formed in late 2019 when industrial music producer Tony Duncan decided to get together with a bunch of other people to collaborate on a music project. I guess it's not instrumental because he found a lyricist and he completed his project's fourth studio album. This is cool stuff. It's got a kind of a dark feel to it. It is Electronaut featuring Kid Mister. The song is called Nostalgia. Here is Electronaut.
Nothing missing. Hey, this armor is really strange. Just looking at it feels weird.
Y'all going to excuse me just a second. I've got to go pee and then throw up.
Will they ever get off this damn island? This is the morning stream.
All right, we're back. That guy sounded like you, except the headphones part.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that he has the wherewithal to say, well, first I'm going to pee, then I'm going to throw up.
Yeah,
like he can wait that long to finish peeing.
He's governor of somewhere. It's I forget what state. Somewhere in the South, I assume, because of his accent, but I can't remember his name. But yeah, he had to pee and throw up. Brian, that song again was?
That song again, Electronaut. The song is called Nostalgia.
Oh, geez. I'm in the wrong group. Hold on. Sorry. I kicked myself out of the group and called FilmSack for some reason.
Why'd you do that? I mean, I know I'm thinking there to the movies that are coming to Amazon Prime, but...
yeah, I got real dumb for a second.
Called, didn't you? You just called Brian and Randy, too.
I did. I called the entire FilmSack group. And now they're just going to have to wonder what the hell happened. There'll be a conversation. It'll all make sense later.
Oh, yes, exactly. We're going to get a bunch of messages. Did you just try calling me?
Did you move Catwoman?
I've moved Catwoman.
Oh, okay. He's moved Catwoman. All right. Justin Robert Young coming on in here. We're going to have a little chat. I'm going to get educated today. about what infrastructure means, and we'll get to that in a second. But I got to play this first.
These are their stories.
Oh, I'm terrible with names.
Joining us on the horn this morning, Mr. Justin Robert Young, who joins us from his studios in Austin, Texas. Justin, welcome to the show.
Hello, boys.
Hello.
What's cracking?
Oh, the Kraken mostly.
The Kraken. Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
New NHL.
The new Seattle team.
Yeah.
That's what's cracking.
Yeah.
That's what's cracking.
I like that name. I think it's fine. Like the idea of a big sea creature. Nothing wrong with that.
Badass name.
Yeah.
I mean, sea is in the town's name.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't I have zero complaints about this choice they've made, and I think that they're a fine town, and they should continue to be that for all who enjoy them. Hey, Justin, it's good to have you back. We missed you last week at a meeting.
Bad news for you before you do your intro.
All right, go.
If we're probably not going to talk about infrastructure.
Oh, we're not? I thought
Literally,
we were.
as you guys have been recording.
I spent hours studying infrastructure for this very moment.
As you guys have been recording. And so I'll give you the choice. We can talk about infrastructure if you want, but also the Attorney General for the state of New York just came out with their report on the governor of New York's sexual harassment case. And it is fairly detailed. So I will give you guys the choice. We can talk about where we are currently in our federal landscape with bipartisan infrastructure and then the reconciliation bill that might follow it, or we can talk about Governor Cuomo's groping and sexual harassment.
Well, I kind of want to. I think we lean into Cuomo because he's shifty and he's always felt shifty to me, and so I'm ready to hear how that's going to go down. So what happens here? Is it like impeachment? Like, what do you even do now that this stuff's out and you got all kinds of really like solid allegations? What even happens? What do we do?
Well, let's start with what came out. So for those of you who are unaware, Letitia James is the Attorney General for the state of New York. She was put in motion by Cuomo himself after the sexual harassment reports initially surfaced through the press by way of reporting in the New York Times and other outlets, that she was there to investigate them and find out whether or not they were corroborated. Right. Now, this is a civil investigation. So as the Attorney General said in the Q&A after she had and her colleagues had been done reviewing the findings, their investigation is done. If other criminal or civil suits want to be brought toward Cuomo, that is going to be up to them. But the Attorney General is done as of now. This was a civil thing. That being said, what they found was not only that pretty much all the press reports were totally correct, but also there were additional really creepy and weird details up to and including Governor Cuomo rubbing his hand on the breasts of a state trooper so he could read the name of what she had on her shirt out loud.
Oh, jeez.
And a culture wherein top aides would sit on his lap and often kiss him on the lips. And then also anybody who didn't do or did things that displeased either the governor or his top aides would be yelled at. Therefore, according to the Attorney General's investigation, creating a atmosphere ripe for weird and gross sexual harassment, specifically after Cuomo became a single man separating from his longtime partner.
So, okay, interesting. Now, his brother's just going to have, months of very awkward television time? Is that how that's going to go with Andrew Cuomo? He's going to be all nervous and weird and try to back
Are you kidding? They already did he said he's not allowed to talk about it. So
did he? Did he do that? I wondered about that.
Oh, no. After having him on and they had their brother comedy act all through the pandemic, doing their fun jokes and their little two-part harmonies. No, now not allowed. Not allowed. Inappropriate, Scott. Jeez, come on. He's his brother.
That's what I'm saying. That seems inappropriate to me, but that must be a complicated Thanksgiving they're planning this year. I don't know how things go over in the Cuomo house, but
but now it'll be fine. Like, he's not talking bad about him. So
do you think this ends up in like impeachment land, like whatever that looks like on a governor level? I've never actually witnessed one of those, so I don't know what they're like. It's probably a lot like, I don't know. It's probably a lot like presidential. They just have it happen in the local legislature, or not local, but the state, and they decide if he's out of there, or do you think he'll leave? What do you think's going to happen? Give us your hot take, your hot prediction.
Nope. Nothing is going to happen from this. At the end of the day, the stuff that was revealed in this investigation is what we kind of knew already. Remember that all power is future power in politics, and the power lies in whether or not you have a base. Right now, Governor Cuomo has effectively survived this already. We've watched this happen. So it's like when I say that Governor Cuomo is not only going to survive this, but will likely win re-election when he runs again in 2022, I don't mean that because I think he should. I think he's a bit of a slimy sleazeball who's doing slimy sleazeball stuff. And I think that every woman who came forth and was corroborated by the attorney general is certainly, by my, guesstimation from this side of the continent, very credible.
Yeah.
But the reality is that Governor Andrew Cuomo is very popular amongst New York State. And while his popularity took a hit after these allegations first surfaced, it was not enough to tank it. And at the end of the day, it recovered. Now, he went through what we called on the Politics podcast a bit of a deadbeat dad summer, which anybody who didn't have stable parents will probably recognize that when dad screws up, all of a sudden that PlayStation that you wanted and he told you to wait for Christmas in March after he screws up in April, you have one in June. That's happened throughout New York. Weed is now legalized. Gambling is legalized. He's done a bunch of programs that have been designed to give money, direct funding that he had otherwise said that was, the Treasury could not bear before. He survived this. He survived this in the press. He's going to survive this with the Attorney General. That's my guess, at the very least, because while what he did is unquestionably creepy, it is likely illegal, at least according to some of the enhanced sexual harassment guidelines that Governor Cuomo himself signed into law a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But unless there are charges brought, which it looks like there may not be, unless there is will enough in the New York State Assembly, which is by and large a total cluster of an organization, and then you are asking for a majority Democratic organization to take out their own governor, I just don't think that impeachment's going to happen. And I don't know if anyone's going to be able to beat him in the primaries, especially considering that the person that was most likely to run against him was the Attorney General, Letitia James, who now Cuomo is going to be able to say, well, look, of course she released a nasty and unfair report about me because she wants my job.
Yeah, it's going to get ugly over there. And it also just feels like, I don't know, it feels a little deja vu. Everybody always wants to think, well, Trump, the way Trump worked was the same thing, right? He had a base that gave him power. That power meant that otherwise seemingly traditionally conservative voices would not speak up so much because even though they maybe should, they didn't. And of course, your own party's not going to impeach you and blah, 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 all the way down the line. It's worked both ways, man. If somebody's, if you've got your base, you have your voters that put you there and you did a bunch of stuff they wanted, it's really hard to pry that off. Like, how do you get, you'd have to really do them wrong on both sides somehow. And I don't know how Cuomo gets accused of doing that on any more than Trump did for the people that love him. So
seems crazy. That idea that they're universal truths to politics.
Right. That's weird, right? Like they're not necessarily, that's the most.
I'm glad that everybody universally believes in that, no matter whether or not their favorite party is getting yelled at. That's great. I'm really glad. I don't have the chat open, so I'm assuming everybody is just clapping and nodding.
Oh, they're all super into it. They're super into it. It's an interesting turn. We'll see what happens. Obviously, it's not. It becomes a national story because it's New York. There's really no way avoiding that. If this was like Alabama or I don't know, Minnesota or something, there'd probably be a little less.
Well, it's also because Cuomo is a figure that may or may not run for president.
Yeah, that's true.
He was somebody that was thought to, if Trump won, there was every likelihood that Cuomo would maybe not seek reelection or seek reelection and then run for president anyway in his fourth term as governor of New York State. There's no reason to say that if Joe Biden loses in 2024 that he won't run after that. He's still a young enough guy. I think he'd probably have to get married to kind of settle up for that. But Andrew Cuomo, especially coming out of the pandemic. I mean, let's remember how much this man was fawned over during the pandemic.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, Cuomosexuals, a literal term that Trevor Noah said and coined, and then said was very proud about as he went and did press rounds about how much he loved Andrew Cuomo, how much we all, or at least the press, fawn over his briefings. You know, this was something that was looked at as the real leadership of the pandemic, regardless of what his actual track record was, specifically with, you know, his decisions on nursing homes, and then his decision, which was now revealed, to cover it up.
Yeah.
The lesson is always you know, don't put your faith in princes. They don't ever deliver for you.
No.
Just know what you want and ask for you want, demand what you want, and treat politicians like vending machines. If they don't work, punch them.
Yeah, punch the vending machine. Is
Not
always
literally, a metaphorical punch.
Yeah.
Don't really punch politicians, but just metaphorically.
He had what was his deal with there was some thing about him pierced nipples something at a press conference or something. That's about
I can see it through his shirt.
Yeah,
that's
whether
what it
it
was.
was his
Yeah.
nipples, because it was a very tight T-shirt for which it looked like he had a barbell through his nip, and then there was an investigation into it that found credible evidence that, I mean, again, he's a single man, so you know.
Hey, no judgment. Pierce what you want. It's just, I don't know. It was weird seeing somebody who's supposed to be the big authority during the crisis on a thing going, all right, so what we got to do is blah, 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 and I can't take my eyes off these two barbells hanging off his teeth.
What would it take?
You can get pasties real cheap on Amazon.
Yeah. What would it take for you to get your nip pierced, Scott? Like,
oh my gosh.
If we're really
new Patreon level.
Patreon level or
commitment that you could you'd have to either solve world hunger.
Sure.
Oh, geez, really?
Oh yeah,
that far?
It'd have to be a lot.
Hold on, we're just talking about a commitment.
No, it would have to be some tangible
I can
proof.
make a commitment right now. I'm going to commit to solving world hunger. You better pierce that nip,
There's
son.
no way I'm doing
Fire up that needle gun at Claire's.
Oh, it hurts right now. Just talking about it, it hurts. My boob hurts.
I would love for you to go to Claire's and just be like with all the 12-year-old girls getting their nose pierced. And it's like, I need my nip pierced real quick.
I don't think you get a nipple pierced at Claire's, can you?
Can you?
I don't know. Can you get nipple piercings at Claire's? Somebody put that on their Google history.
And then tell me what ads you get served to you.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Wow. All right. I'll consider it. My wife goes to Claire's a bit
world hunger. I don't know. I mean, look, this is a crazy time right now. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world and in your professional life. Maybe this is your symbol to like act out. Like you got to break out right now. Now it's pierced nipple. God.
I'm chicken to get a tattoo because how permanent it is. Are you kidding? I don't know if I want to get a permanent hole through my
piercing's less permanent than a tattoo. You
well,
can take
that's
a piercing
true.
out and just
and it closes up.
But with my luck, it turned into a big infected freaking nightmare. Like I just have like some kind of weird like, oh, you got yourself the meningitis of the teat. We're gonna have to suck all the juice out and now put you on dialysis or I don't know.
How do you think modern medicine works?
Yeah, I feel like this is revealing a startling lack of understanding of the human body for you.
I mean, I'm not saying you should spend any time on the doctor. What is the doctor website? WebMD. But
yeah,
but maybe a cursory glance.
For somebody who raised 3 children to adulthood, I feel like this was a startling Mr. Magoo process for you. Then getting your nipple pierced will lead to dialysis.
I don't know why I took it that far. I'm just not doing it. It's never happening. I'm never getting pierced anything unless there's a real cause. I can have some tangible proof will happen, and then I'll do it. One of those causes could be, hey, Scott, $2 million, you pierce your nipple. All right, I'll do that. I'll do it for $2 million. I'll do it for $1 million.
Raise $2 million.
$1 million per nipple.
It's already coming down, guys. All right, wow. $500,000 now. Wow. $500,000, 500,000.
I'll do $1 million per nipple. That means $3 million.
$500,000. $410,000.
No, it's going too low. It's going too low. Look, $1 million. $1 million each, which means $3 million. Just kidding. I don't have a third nipple, but $1 million each, $2 million. Boom, both nips, big old freaking bars, rings, whatever you want. Don't care.
You've been on the internet a long time. You know you might have like a mega rich. You might have a whale that all of a sudden you're just going to get a knock on your Venmo account. And all of a sudden you're going to be heading on down to the tattoo shop.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I will totally do it for $2 million. You got it.
$2 million to pierce nipples.
Yep. The next this Netflix reality show is writing itself, by the way. So.
Yeah, will you pierce it? And there's just a Shark Tank, a panel of people like offering different prices to get different things pierced on your body.
Will you pierce it? That's amazing. All right,
we get Willem Dafoe to host this. I feel like it's writing itself.
Oh my gosh, Willem Dafoe to host it? That's amazing. Yeah. He's got weird piercings. He does.
He does.
Oh,
he
has to.
Yeah,
he has to.
He's an actor. Actors do weird stuff.
Yeah, they do.
They got a lot of free time on their hands.
They sure do.
I saw a thing on Twitter today. I made a mistake of going on Twitter, and there was a big thread that somebody had retweeted about like insinuating that there were political actors, like that there were paid actors at protests, right?
Yeah.
And he was pointing out, oh, this person has an IMDb page and they're at protests 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And it's like, you've been to LA? You know how much time out of work actors have on their hands?
Yeah.
Like all of it. All of it.
Yeah.
It's all the time. Every day. Like, so why wouldn't they be going to various different things? It's insane.
I also have an IMDb page because I was in something once. Doesn't mean that I'm a paid actor to do anything.
I have one too because they started allowing podcasts.
Oh, did they do that? Mine was for a video I was in.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours was for the Red Shirt Diaries, I believe.
Let me see. Oh, I thought mine was for that.
It might have been, but I don't know what I don't know. Somebody sent me a link one time and it was on there. But
it's really hard to find because no one cares. So
nobody cares.
World's first, I think, is what I got.
But imagine how many people will care when you're $2 million richer and 2 nipples pierced her.
Dude, pierced her. Wow, I'm pierced in.
Oh, look at that! I have 3 IMDb pages.
Oh, nice.
Like I'm 3 actors with the same name.
That's fantastic.
I need to get these consolidated.
There's more Ibbits than just
all
you.
You?
Yeah, they're all me. Yeah, one of them is Red Shirt Diaries. One of them is Night Attack, 2014 Night Attack. I was
look at that.
guest on.
Yeah, look at that.
If you open them in 3 different windows and put them all side by side and they all had your headshot, would you look like Scott's 3 nipples?
Yes, I would. Yes.
with your
that's
beautiful,
lovely. Gorgeous, outstanding, erect nipples. All right, we're done. Hey, Justin. We're never truly done because you got all kinds of content.
Structure is probably going to pass the Senate. The question is what's going to happen in the House, and then how much the Democrats are going to keep together with the reconciliation package, which right now both Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema will not be $3.5 trillion. Keep an eye on rising COVID rates, the eviction moratorium, and inflation to see where this will move in the future. There we go. We got some infrastructure.
Perfect. Nailed it. Yeah, that's awesome. For more of that, check out all of Justin's other content. Anything you'd like to mention?
More infrastructure and New York City, first city in America to do vaccine passports. That announced by Mayor de Blasio, lame duck Mayor de Blasio today. All of that discussed on tomorrow's Politics.
Very nice. Justin Robert Young, everybody. Oh, I'm going to play this before you leave. Hold on. Here it is.
The jury will now retire.
Yeah, I got it in. Justin, have a great week. We'll see you soon. Bye. Okay. I screwed up and put Brian in the wrong place. There we go.
Let's do it with this. We gotta do it with this.
What is it? What do you got?
Vaccine passport.
Yeah, man. Who was it that there was an announcement today? Somebody big was going to require it from employees and patrons. Oh, it was a big deal because some people are flipping out, of course.
Well, Colorado, they're now requiring it for federal workers. Disney? Well, Disney added that a couple days ago that right now it's internal, or it's indoor at Disneyland. You have to wear a mask, but I'm guessing Walmart makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I've got a theory. Let's see if this theory holds up. Mm-hmm. I think when the real change happens is when people's insurance rates go up if they're not vaccinated, because that is going to happen. Mm-hmm. And just like you have any risk assessment, these things are robots. They don't care about your feelings. These systems that come up with how insurance rates work, it's entirely based on calculations that are well beyond my pay grade. And part of that is Where do they live? Are they in a hot climate or a cold climate? Do they have a family history of blood pressure problems? All those normal things, but also some of it is there a pandemic right now, and are they vaccinated against it? Okay, well, then their risk is much higher. Therefore, your payments are going to suck. And then people will change because money does everything. That's my theory, Brian. That's the turning point, is when the money meets the monkey.
It's like when the rubber meets the road, when the money meets the monkey.
When the money meets the monkey, which is the ape-like human we're in. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, Claire says, make sure you bring your vaccination thing. She wants me to laminate. I'm not laminating because they'll probably need to put boosters on there. But I did from Amazon pick up little Ziploc clear badge holders for the vaccine cards because, we're going to need to take that all over the place. If I spill Guinness on it, I don't want it to mess up my ability to get out of the country.
You'll need to go. You have your go bag and everything. You need to get the H out when it's time
exactly. Yeah. So when it's time to go, it's time to go.
Someone pointed out that my biography is really lame on IMDb. I'm going to read it. Scott Johnson is an actor known for the Red Shirt Diaries, Race to World First, and Night Attack. He has been married to Kim since 1992. They have 3 children. That's it.
Well, what do you expect? It's IMDb. It's not like you need to. Can you go in and add your own fun facts about Scott Johnson?
I don't.
Kind of like what
people
did on Wikipedia.
Is that a thing I can do? I don't know.
I think you have to have IMDb Pro to do it.
Okay. Yeah, it says I'm an actor. The Wraith 86. We all know that's not true.
An actor.
I mean, I did a voice for a thing. I guess I acted, but
I don't know why my credit for that Star Wars X-Wing fighter voiceover work isn't in mine, but whatever.
Yeah. JC Calhoun says, you're assuming anti-vaxxers have insurance. The ones I know do. So I think more do than you're thinking.
Insurance is just a way for the government to track you.
Yeah. You're going to track. You know what's ironic? People do this. They go, I'm going to get on my phone that's got 1 billion chips in it, and I'm going to hit this here button of an app that knows everything about me, and I get advertised for it all the time. And I'm going to type in here that the chip inside the vaccine is going to track us, and we shouldn't allow that. And then I'm going to put this device back down after I've sent that into the world permanently with my personal information. And I'm never going to be too far from this because I love this device, and it'll never not be by my side. It'll be in my pocket every day, all the time. But I ain't getting tracked by no government.
Exactly. Yes.
Good Lord. All right. Hey, how about a bonus mashup today? Why not?
Yeah, but it's a Tuesday. What?
Here's the okay, so this is one of those. Okay, so it's called Ghosts of Mashups Past. TWSS. I forgot the...
TWSS means this was something... this was the silly thing.
Oh.
No, I'm looking it up. TWSS is... that's what she said.
Oh.
Things that sound dirty out of context.
Great. Here comes the dirty out of context, everybody. Enjoy. It's called Ghosts of Mashups Past. Enjoy.
Yeah, it really helps to tear it off from the side as opposed to trying to bite it off from the top.
I have a couple
There's no way that TMS Mashups will use that for anything.
Come here and give us your anus. You could finger it, Brian. You could put your finger in it.
Can finger it? Great.
Yeah, okay. Finger it.
Good.
Yeah. Gonna pull out the old tape measure. Gonna wrap it around and get a circumference and get a length, width, a height.
I'm not cut either.
No. Brian's is so big he puts a zipper in it and keeps changing it. That's how big his little purse bag is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can bring
it's
it
not
in
a
there.
bad idea. Because then I just, play around with it in my hands and I'm completely unaware of everything. That's going to get edited out for Jamie. So I can just pull it down on my face.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, here's what it looks like inside.
Very pink. And they wouldn't believe me because it was so big when it was big. It has gotten larger as I played it. Every time I play a level, it's bigger and bigger.
Well, that's certainly Jamie material right there.
How many inches? It's 10 inches tall, and I forget what the width is. It's big, but it's not enormous. I apologize for this. My wife is sneaking behind me because she's giving me my shot. I apologize. It just happened.
Right here, live on the show.
Are you in? Oh, jeez. Are you in now? Holy shit, that would hurt. All right.
The gift for the audience is Scott Johnson saying, "Are you in? Are you in? Watch that hurt."
You'll probably get it and do some experimenting. And
I'll play around with it, have some fun with it. Yeah.
I didn't hardly feel a thing. That makes me nervous. Look at this guy. This guy knows how to work a noodle. Good Lord.
Oh my God, Scott's gonna love this.
I thought I would too, and I think it's the length. I think it's just so, which is weird because I actually really like a long,
Yeah.
They've been slowly growing over the last few days, and they're all fully erect now. So,
is there anybody who doesn't just shove an entire one in their mouth like I do?
take your time. Take just a little nibble.
Yeah, come
nobody
on
does
now.
that.
Yeah.
Nobody does that. I'm not going to be like sucking on this thing every day or anything weird like that. Oh yeah, it's a great big penis. Look at that thing. Don't come in my mouth. Sorry, don't land in my mouth while I'm sleeping.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I almost sprayed beer all over my keyboard, my screen.
That absolutely came out wrong. I apologize.
Thank God this is on video, because if somebody is able to capture the near spit take.
Gosh dang it. That's going to haunt me. Jamie's going to haunt me. Jamie's like a ghost.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
Anyway. He went and pulled that out of a PM video.
Yeah.
It only existed in that form. And man, what do we do?
Because it was worth it. It was the best.
Jamie, that's what she said indeed. All right. Well done. And more from Jamie coming up soon. Maybe not as dirty as that one. Holy crap. Hey, look at you, what you just did here with all this little helpful legend over here.
You know, if you add those to the template, then at the very bottom, maybe we could always have them handy.
We're doing that. That's a great idea. Look at us solving problems in a practical and meaningful way. All right. Practical and meaningful aside, we're out of here. A big thank you to everybody. You know, it's a new month and it's a time for love. It's a time for love. So show your love to your favorite podcast and throw some money at their Patreon, patreon.com/TMS. It doesn't have to be much because we're real dumb the way we designed it. Made it so it's just like ridiculously cheap. You can go in for the minimum $1 and that's a whole month, like a whole month of supporting TMS. You get to support your favorite show. We get to make cool content. And it just keeps happening. So
you're crazy not to do it, really.
Yeah, right.
The way it works. Yeah.
Not just crazy, maybe a little delinquent to not do it. You know, like like maybe you're a bad person. No, I'm just kidding. You know, even if you're just listening, that's amazing too, and we appreciate it. We know not everybody can chuck money at a podcast. We get it, but for those who do, man, you guys are awesome. Patreon.com/TMS is the place to go. And everything else can be found at frogpants.com/TMS. A reminder that if you want to get in touch with us directly and have us read stuff on the show, themorningstream@gmail.com. Okay, that's it. Well, we got to play a song. Do you have a song? Let's play a song.
We do. No request. Actually, Robert Ryland sent this one to me, so we're going to use that. This is great. This is a cover that just came out. This one might be one of my top picks for cover of the year. Certainly be on the countdown at the end of the year this year. Here is Benny with a cover of Gautier's Somebody That I Used to Know.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Also very fast. Hold on one second. Okay, that works.
Yeah, I know. I kind of...
It's all good, though.
Didn't have any other information. It's a single. There's no album that it comes from. Nothing.
You're a pro. That's all. And I'm just slow.
That's just what it is.
Slow behind the pro.
There's no other information that I can give you about it.
All right. Well, that's going to do it. Thank you all for being here. We'll be back tomorrow. Recommendals, Tom, all that stuff. So come back now. You hear? This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com. Oh, Lilu Dallas multipass. Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
you
some
forget
business right there.
You forget how intense that was back in the day.
Yeah. Still would rather listen to